friends. I thought I would do another year in review video for you. I did one last year and I thought it might be fun to do one for 2018. This is just kind of photos that I have saved still on my phone. I use my mobile phone for everything that I do for Mrs Brimbles. So that includes videos for YouTube, videos for my Patreon, photos I post on Instagram and social media and all that jazz. I always use my iPhone. I film on my iPhone, I edit on my iPhone, and that for me has been an amazing productivity tool in itself. And it's working, has worked and is working really well for me. So this video is just a what has been saved, what hasn't been deleted off of my phone. I try regularly to kind of like delete my phone because it gets a bit crazy, what with work stuff and home stuff, but there are quite a few things that I keep and I thought I would put them all together again for you like I did last year with a review. So as you can tell, my commentary doesn't match my imagery, which I thought, you know, there's just a whole lot going over the year, so I thought it would be too much to kind of try and tie in the commentary with all the photos and everything, so I thought I would just talk. And I have thrown in quite a few photos of the fluffies for you as well, because I know a lot of you do miss my day in the life videos and seeing the girls and everything, so I thought I'd throw them in there because they're pretty cute, and you got a few of my ugly mug in there as well because it's all about me. So in 2018 I started off the year in a personal size planner. I've been in a traveller's notebook style planner for a while now and I am not changing that anytime soon. I absolutely love it, but personal size was where it was all at for me, and then I fell in love with the B6 size and changed. So you'll notice as we go along that there is a change in planner. Of course there's a change in planner, there's always a change in planner, but a change in planner size mainly. So at the beginning of the year I started off with being on the colour art design team. That I really enjoyed doing. There were some different products that I had never used before, so that was really fun. I got into the world of acrylic pouring, which is how my desk ended up looking like the desk of doom. If you saw any of those videos, the acrylic paint just kind of like went all over my desk and I have still never been able to remove it, and in fact my desk actually just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. I've kind of given up on the desk. There's more and more smush just being added to the desk, so I now call it the desk of doom. Unfortunately that came to an end. That was a bit of a weird situation. That I signed up for 6 months, but they didn't actually send me the products till like 3 months in, and then so after like the official 6 months had ended, I sort of said, is it finished now? Because I knew it was only a 6-month thing, I had something else lined up. They asked me to stay, but I said could I just do 1 blog post a month rather than the 2, and then they never got back to me, so I assumed that kind of ended, which was a bit of a shame. But I did then go forward with my other stuff. So yeah, we had the big meet at the beginning of the year. That's the UK Planner Addicts on Facebook. Their planner event. I think that's the biggest planner event in the UK. I'm going again. I had a stall at that this year in 2018, and I'm going again in 2019 again with a stall. So I'm really excited and really looking forward to that. Get to meet up with some of my planner besties. I've made some amazing friends from going to all of these events. If you watched my roundup video last year, I said that I wanted to get out there, out and about, and go to as many planner events as possible, because I can quite easily get stuck at home in my little comfort zone. I wanted to get out there and meet people, because I've met some amazing people, and some of those people I now can very dearly call friends, like true friends. We speak to each other all the time, and it's just a shame that we live so far apart, but yeah, if you've never been to an event, I would if you can afford to go and you can get there, I would strongly recommend you do, because you do genuinely get to meet some fantastic ladies and build some really strong friendship bonds, and I've been very grateful for that. Um, and so I kind of used planner events last year for getting out and about and exploring the country as well, which again we've tried to do this year. We tried to very much tie it in with, you know, go to those different events and get in the camper van and explore the country. And I've thoroughly enjoyed that. My word of the year for 2018 was adventure. I wanted to get out there. I wanted to get out there and see the country, not the world, because we've got a small person and it's all just a little bit different for us. But I wanted to get out there, explore more, have some adventure, say yes to new things, say yes to new adventures, and having a camper van is a really good way of doing that. And obviously we're blessed. John works part-time for a company, and then he works part-time for Mrs Brimbles as well. So he works 2.5 days a week, and so the rest of the time we can juggle, you know, like sometimes we work evenings in order to enable us to have like a long weekend away or something like that. We don't spend any money really when we go away. We just head in the van and we camp wherever we can. We've been to Scotland twice again this year, which we absolutely loved. It was amazing. We went to Pamper, Plan and Create in March. We went in the snow. We made it up to Middlesbrough. We went to the Rachel Ellie Beth is another sticker company. She ran an event this year in Chorley, Lancashire. So we went to that, and then from there we went up to Scotland and had a really nice holiday in Scotland. We went to Bristol to the Southwest Planner Meet there. I organised Cam's PlannerCon again this year, so that was really exciting. We had 120 people for that, and then I organised the Jingle and Mingle meetup again. So yeah, we've been. I think that's all the events. I can't actually remember. It feels like quite a long time ago, and I guess, like, you know, it's just keeping track of all these things. I know I have a planner, but sometimes I find it difficult to keep track. I forget when days are and everything. But it has been an amazing year for, again, getting out there, seeing people, going to amazing events, being with friendships old and meeting new friends. So that has been lovely. On a personal note, as you'll see on the screen now, unfortunately we did lose our little Bay this year. That was really unexpected. She was only 5 and she seemed absolutely fine one day, and then the next morning we came down and she was no longer with us, which was really sad. But unfortunately sometimes cavies, they don't always show their symptoms until it's too late. Our little old lady Betty, she was really pining for Bay, and so we adopted a little girl called Snowdrop. She was a bit of a runt of the litter, and she was like held back for a while, like held back by the breeder, and then she was put up for adoption. She's got extra toes, and she's a scatty little thing, and she's just simply adorable. And those little critters and my little girl and my adventures and just being out in nature, they're all things that provide me with lots of ideas and inspiration. I very often get asked by people, like, where do you find your inspiration? And I would just say, like, just living, being alive and getting out there and being mindful and being present all the time is just how I find my inspiration. I draw it from all of my walks of life, and that all results in the artwork that you see. I've included a lot of artwork in this video, that's because obviously it's still on my phone, from all the different themes. As I said, I was on the colour art design team, so I've created artwork for that. I was then very fortunate to be to then, after that finished, to line up with Edding. I did a whole video on my channel about that. They sent me lots of various pens, of calligraphy pens and drawing pens and colouring pens, and I've been really enjoying their products. I really recommend them. I'm not just saying that because they sent me stuff for free, but I generally, their products are really good quality, and I really have enjoyed using them, and I would really recommend them. So created quite a bit of artwork with them, and I've created artwork for my Patreons. So every month on Patreon, I create collage sheets. I have 3 tiers, but I have 2 tiers where one tier is just like a chatty vlog from me, and then sometimes we have bonus videos, and I also do a book club on there, so we all read a book and every other month, and we discuss the prompts and everything, and then I do a journal page based on that. That's the $2 tier. And on the $5 tier, I create collage sheets, so various different artworks that people can print and use for their own journals and things, and art videos or art tutorials. And then the $10 tier, they get even more collage sheets and even more videos. So I'm always creating, always got something creating on the go. And in the last quarter, I would say, of 2018, I started sharing some creative studio vlogs so that you could see a bit more of some of the things that I get up to on a creative basis. I don't really vlog anymore, as you know. I don't really do any day in the life vlogs anymore. I find it very hard to do that. I have got a small person, as you guys know, and she cannot be on social media, so it's quite difficult sometimes to video and not have your small person, who is also very demanding. Whenever you pick the camera up, whenever I pick my phone up, that's when she suddenly wants my attention. So it's quite difficult to do day in the life vlogs with a small person around who can't be on camera. And also we now homeschool as well, so that's kind of like we're still finding our groove with getting the balance of homeschool and work and all that kind of stuff. So I sometimes find it difficult to juggle day in the life of vlogging in as well. I do miss it because I did really used to enjoy sharing stuff with you guys, but it's just a bit difficult to do. The creative vlogs, however, I find so much easier to do. So I'm really pleased to kind of be sharing some of the things that I've been up to with you guys, and I hope you've been enjoying the studio vlogs as well. I've taken a bit of a break from the studio vlogs for Christmas because it's been a bit crazy. You know, I've been doing all the Christmassy things and I have been loving it. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy the studio vlogs and you get to see a little bit more of what I get up to with my Patreons as well. So I really enjoy doing Patreon, and I'm really grateful for everybody who currently pledges and who has pledged. It just means so much to us. As I said, you know, John works part-time for another company, but the other time he works for Mrs Brimbles, and so together we kind of, you know, we try and make the Mrs Brimbles thing work. I showed you a photo of John like cutting. John is the one who I'm the one who does all the artwork. I'm the one who does all the drawing, all the painting, all the videos, all that kind of stuff. John is the one who prints all the products, prints them, cuts them, packages them, and sends out your orders. He is the man who does all of that. So if you've ever ordered from us and you've received products from us, it's a combination of the two of us. It's a combination, John and me. So I have to give a shout out to him actually, because I wouldn't be able to do it without him. He's just been a huge rock, and he's very supportive, and he helps me with childcare, he helps with the business, whatever needs doing, and so for that I am really, truly and utterly grateful. And I'm really grateful to you guys as well for supporting us. Whatever you do, whether you have ordered from my shop, whether you've become a Patreon, or whether you just watch my YouTube videos and interact in the Facebook group, whatever you do, I am really grateful for your support, because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to do this, and I'd have to go and get a regular job, and John would have to go and work full time, and so we wouldn't have as much time with our daughter, and we wouldn't be able to work flexibly, because we're always juggling our hours and changing it around to suit whatever works for us at that particular time. So yeah, I am truly, truly grateful for that. And I've had some really good opportunities this year, some fantastic opportunities. As I said, I've worked with Colour, I've worked with Edding, National Stationery Week. They sent me a package of goodies to share with you guys. And if it wasn't for you guys watching my videos and following me on Instagram, I wouldn't be seen by these companies, and therefore I wouldn't be sent these things. I've been sent other planners and things for review, like the Love from Bee planner, the Doki books, and the archive journal. Some of them I keep, like the archive journal, and some of them I save them all up. I don't keep everything that I've received. I save them all up, and then at Cam's Planner Con I give them away in the raffle. So if you're ever wondering, like, wow, she's got so many planners, like, what does she do with all of those? I don't keep them all, guys. I don't. I pass the love on. I share the joy. So if you've ever attended one of my meets events, you'll know that I pass them on. So again, I wouldn't be able to do that without you guys watching my videos, and therefore companies finding me and sending me the stuff. So thank you. So this year's been quite an exciting year. Mrs Brimbles the business also turned 5. I can't believe that, 5 years, which is just crazy. So in the month of April, which is when the company the business turned 5, because Mrs Brimbles, you guys, is not my real name. That's just a nickname. You realise that, right? Some people don't, but yeah, that's just a nickname. Anyway, yeah, I turned 5, and throughout April I did various different journaling prompts in the Facebook group. I did various different giveaways. We did a creative live hangout Google session thing together, which was loads of fun. And yeah, it was just amazing to kind of think that I've been doing this for 5 years, which is crazy. And it all started that I was out of work. I'd recently had pneumonia and a collapsed lung, and feeling pretty sorry for myself. I'd been made redundant, and I was kind of like trying to think of what to do. And I sort of was starting to build up a photography career, which I ended up ditching. And I published my first video on YouTube. I was watching a lot of YouTube because I hadn't got anything else to do and I was recovering. And I then thought, do you know what, guys? I could do this. So I published my first video, and then a few months after that, I think it was a year. I can't remember now. That I made some artwork and I shared it on Instagram, and someone was like, I really like that, you should sell these inserts. Oh, that was it. Yeah, it was planner inserts. It was like, you should sell these inserts. So I opened up my Etsy shop, and I guess the rest is history, as they would say. So yeah, it's been a fantastic journey. And this year, so I celebrated my 5th company birthday. But this year I also celebrated my first Patreon birthday. So as of July, I'd been on Patreon for a whole year, which is just phenomenal. So now it's kind of been 18 months since I've been on Patreon. And yeah, I'm just really, really enjoying the journey. You guys keep me creative. Every month I put out, has anyone got any requests for videos or collage sheets? Because I like to try and work with your requests, because obviously it's for you guys. You guys are paying me to have the content, so I like to kind of do what you guys want to see. But I tell you, you guys keep me on my toes. Some of the things you request, I'm like, how the heck am I going to draw that? And yeah, I'm like, I don't know, but yeah, so you do really stretch me creatively as well, so that I'm grateful for as well. And you give me inspiration, so from one of those collage sheet requests was a sloth, and I was like, how the hell do you draw a sloth? So I ended up going on just typing into Google photos of sloths, and I saw some pictures, and I drew a picture from a photograph, and it was a bit too, it wasn't realistic, but it wasn't kind of my sort of style that I guess you're known for, but I kind of liked it, and so and then I was kind of like, you know, sloths, they're actually like really really cute. I really like them, so I ended up drawing some more sloths in my style, and that then became the collection for January. So January 2019, if you haven't seen, is the collection sloths as the January 2019 collection. So you guys inspire me, and as I said, everything around me, like on the screen now you're seeing photos of my garden, and these all became the inspiration for my gardening collection. So yeah, you know, you guys keep me inspired, and I find inspiration from just all around me. So my gnome in my garden became this gnome, this collection of garden stuff. Crazy things just got, I don't know, I just kind of, like, my brain is constantly always going, and yeah, I just kind of see stuff, make notes of it. This is a picture of my bed. Like when we're doing these stuff, like sometimes like my bed gets covered in like products. As you saw, my hallway, I shared a photo of my hallway with postage bags. The carpet badly needed a hoover. Like the work stuff sometimes takes over the whole entire house. So I do have like John to thank for kind of putting up with me. Because it gets a bit crazy around here. Products wise, I've always been a massive lover of the Winsor and Newton watercolours, Coatman, and I will always love them. But this year I branched out and started using the Prima watercolours, and actually I pretty much use Prima watercolours for everything now. I don't know, I just can't really see myself changing. I do love them. I have quite a few of the palettes, but I want to get more palettes because I just love them. Posca paint pens, I love painting rocks with my Posca paint pens. I love doing everything with my Posca paint pens. I just, yeah, love them. You know, sometimes you just find a product that you love and you just can't stop using them. So I'm big into my watercolours, my Posca paint pens. I've started using my Prisma pencils a bit more, and yeah, I just feel like in a really happy place. I just feel like 2018 on the whole has been a really good year, both personally and professionally. Personally, we did take a bit of a dive in October, but we had some pretty crappy stuff going on. But we picked ourselves up from that, and we're just carrying on. And yeah, I'm excited for 2019 to see what that brings. Hopefully that means getting out and about and meeting more of you guys again. I know I've got the big meet planned. Probably going to organise another Cam's PlannerCon, so you could probably look out for that. Hopefully we'll get to have some more adventures in the camper van again. Hopefully we can kind of get out and about and see more of the countryside, and you know, because as I said, that does give me, just being outdoors really makes me so happy, and it fills my cup. And when my cup is full, it means that I have more creative juices flowing, and I can create more. I can just, you know, I can let myself go and create more, and that's always a good thing. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed having a little look at a roundup of the year. It's a very, I know it's a half an hour video, but it's still kind of a snapshot really of everything that's been going on in the year, a snapshot of artwork that has been created. But it's just really interesting to look back on, and also you've had some cute fluffy bunnies and piggies to look at as well. So I just want to thank you guys so much. We've still got a little bit left of the video, but I just wanted to thank you so much for being part of this amazing journey. I love every minute of it. I've met so many wonderful people online, and the community is just so inspiring, and I really hope it continues in 2019, you know. So thank you guys so much for watching and being part of the Mrs Brimbles community in whatever way, shape or form that has taken. And if you've been too shy to talk in the groups or post your creative projects in the Facebook group, please don't. There is nothing I enjoy more than logging on to Facebook. Facebook and Instagram are kind of my places where I go to chill out and look at pretty stuff. And there's nothing I love more than logging onto the Mrs Brimbles Happy Place Facebook group and looking at the stuff that you guys have been creating. I love that. And if you've created something with one of my collage sheets or one of my tutorials, that just absolutely makes me so incredibly happy and so humbled that you guys would choose to do something that I've shown you guys. So please don't be shy, please do post. And I love talking to you guys. I'm a bit slow sometimes at replying to comments on YouTube, but I'm not on Facebook. And on Instagram, I try and post as much as possible. I have this year created another Instagram account called The Whimsical Cloud, and on that account I didn't want my Mrs Brimbles account to be sort of flooded with too much personal stuff, because I appreciate that like some people are just on the Instagram account for the planner photos or the illustration photos, that kind of thing. So I started up another account which is more like of my personal life, about tea, about nature, about hygge, about children's crafts, and about homeschool. So if that's something that would interest you and you'd like to see kind of more photos from me, then check out The Whimsical Cloud on Instagram. And that's, I think, it from me. I can talk for England, as you guys well know. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely festive season, and I can't wait to kind of interact with you guys more in 2019.